Hello guys, I have not made a cooking video in a long time, and I am back today with something that's sort of like scalloped potatoes, but I'll just call it cheesy potatoes. And what I have to make this dish is a little bit of Italian seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, that's the restaurant style. This is kosher salt in that bowl. These are chopped green onions. You can use chives if you have them. A bag of sharp cheddar, shredded. This is about 8, maybe 9 medium-sized russet potatoes. You can use gold, red, or even the new potatoes. It's up to you. This is about an 8 ounce of mild and sharp cheddar that I cut up into little pieces. This is heavy whipping cream, 3 cups, and I'm going to add this to the pot and let it warm, and I'm going to melt my cheese in here. This heavy cream is starting to warm up, so I'm going to add my cheese in and let it melt. Okay, these potatoes, I have had them sitting in a little bit of water to keep them from turning brown. And as you can see, I cut them kind of thick because I don't want them to keep their shape, and I don't want them to crumble all up when I put them in the oven. So that's why I cut them kind of thick. And I'm going to take a paper towel and dry the water off because I don't want that water to get in my dish. And then I will add seasonings to the potatoes. Okay, you just season to your taste. I'm going to add a little bit of Italian seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, kosher salt, black pepper. And I'm going to mix this around with my hands. And then I will add this to my cheese sauce that started to cook on the stove in my pot. The potatoes are in this cheese sauce. And I'm going to let them go for about 8 minutes, maybe 10, but just until they start to kind of soften up a little bit. And then I'm going to add them in my baking dish and put in the oven to finish them off. And I may add more cheese. It just depends. We love a lot of cheese in my house. It depends on what you like. If you don't like a lot, you don't have to use a lot. And you don't have to use the very same cheeses that I use. You can use any kind of cheese you want. I sometimes use Gruyere. I sometimes use Gouda. Just whatever I have on hand. But this kind of cheese is what I have on hand today. Okay, my potatoes have been going probably about 15 to 20 minutes. I let them go longer than I wanted to. But as you can see, they still are hard. And that's okay. You don't want them to get all the way done. You just want to kind of get them started on their way. I'm going to transfer these potatoes to a glass baking dish, sprayed with a little bit of Pam, and I think I may add some more cheese because we like a lot of cheese, so I think I might add more cheese to this. Okay, I have some cheese and some butter. It's like 2 tablespoons of butter and a couple blocks of cheese cut up into little cubes. I'm just going to put that in here. Stir it up a little bit, then I'm going to put it in the oven and bake it just until this cheese melt and the potatoes are tender. And cheese is going to go on top of this also, so stay tuned for that. And I decided to cover these so they won't dry out too quickly with some aluminum foil, and I think I'm going to let these go for about 30 minutes and come back and check and see if they're tender enough. And your oven should be set to 350. The potatoes have been going about 30 minutes, and we'll see what's going on underneath this aluminum foil. It's bubbling up. You can see the butter has melted in there. And as you can see, it's firm. But some of the potatoes are kind of softened. But there are some in here that are still pretty firm. So you just have to keep checking on it and make sure it's at the desired tenderness that you want. See, that one there is broken all the way up. It's pretty tender, but some of these are not tender enough. So I'm going to let them go. I'm going to probably take the aluminum foil off now and let them go until they tender up enough. Then I want the cheese to go on top. Okay, now I have checked them and they're tender as I want them to be. And if they're not completely tender, you don't have to worry, because once you take them out, they'll continue to cook and they will soften some more. So now I'm going to cover them in cheese. And then sprinkle with a little green onion. I want to make sure that spread it out pretty good. And make sure you stir them while they're cooking, because they will stick to the bottom of the pan if you don't. Then I'm going to sprinkle a few green onion, and like I said, you can put chives here if you have chives. And let the cheese melt, and then they'll be ready to serve once they cool. Okay, they are fresh out of the oven, and I'm going to let them cool a little while, and then I'll plate some up or put some in a bowl and let you see what they look like. Okay, now I'm going to put some in a bowl and let you see how it looks. Now you can, if you want to, sprinkle more cheese on top. Sprinkle a few more onion on top. And you can even, if you want to, put bacon bits on it. Turkey bacon bits, whichever one you want to put. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. See y'all in the next video. Bye.